Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to a new video. And let's talk about wholesaling houses, y'all, with $0, with no money out of pocket, y'all. All right, y'all, I want to start off, before we get into it, I want to start off by saying, listen, when it comes to wholesaling real estate, y'all, yes, it's alive. You can make a whole lot of money. Even to this day, y'all, I would say wholesaling real estate probably makes up 1/3 of my income, y'all. I do anywhere between 30 to like 60,000 a month consistently. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less, but I want to explain something, y'all. Yes, you can wholesale with $0. I have seen it done multiple times inside of the 9-to-5 flipping community, which is the community that I run. I see it done all the time. This is what I want to say though. You either gotta have a lot of time or not a lot of money, but some money. If you don't, then you gotta work your ass off, y'all. You gotta work. That's just what it is. But it really can be life-changing, y'all. Depending on where you live at, it's different laws and regulations that's coming about when it comes to wholesaling real estate, but you still can do this in all 50 states. It's just the strategy on how you actually close and collect your money. It's a little different on how you gotta do it. But yes, you can do this anywhere, no matter where you live at. And that's what finding a coach or a mentor is for. Actually, let's jump into that real quick. In my opinion, y'all, I know a lot of y'all probably heard of wholesaling, or maybe you even tried to wholesale real estate before. You can get lucky and try to, figure it out on your own and close a deal, but finding a mentor is super duper important, y'all. And it's not here for me to say, hire me as a mentor. I don't care. I'm just letting you know, they should cut your learning curve tremendously by going through a coach. And again, if you've been following me for a while, even on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you follow me at, Facebook, I'll post a couple pictures here of people I've worked with, people who close deals using no money, no cash out of their pocket when it comes to real estate and wholesaling real estate. But let's get into the details of this real quick. All right, y'all, wholesaling real estate with $0. First and foremost, I've been doing this since 2012. Of course, like most people, when you first start wholesaling real estate, you probably started even researching this journey because you're trying to escape probably your 9-to-5. That's typically how this goes. And you stumble upon wholesaling real estate and you start doing research, and you're gonna hear 50 different ways to do wholesaling from 50 different people. And that's because it is like 50 different ways to do it. But essentially, let's talk about what wholesaling is, y'all. You're literally connecting a motivated seller, somebody who is going through something financially where they can't afford the property no more, or they have a property that's been a headache to them. So you find in somebody with a problem that owns a property. Typically it's financially or an inconvenience to them. You're taking that property and you're connecting them with an actual real estate investor. Most of us call them cash buyers, people who buy houses, fix them up and resell them, or fix them up and rent them out. You play the middleman without ever owning the property, and you collect a fee in between that, called an assignment fee, yo. And it don't require you to have a real estate license. It don't require you to get no credit checks. It don't require you to go to the bank and try to get a loan and qualify for a mortgage. You don't have to have construction experience. None of that, y'all. So the barrier to entry is extremely low. Anybody can do it. Whether you got 25 felonies, 3 felonies, whether you a doctor, anybody can do it. And you actually can make some life-changing money from doing this and actually run a real life business that pay you consistently wholesaling real estate if you do it the right way. I want to put it out here real quick. The way that I like to teach wholesaling real estate is from a perspective of really treating it like a business and not just lucking up and getting one deal. Because I know so many people who close one wholesale deal, but they can't do it again, or it's hard to do it again. And that's because they just was doing anything instead of actually setting up processes and systems which the route you go, so that you can do this consistently and be able to make 10,000, 20,000 every single month on a repeated basis. But again, like any business you start, that first deal, that first anything is going to be the most challenging. It's going to challenge you. Like God is going to challenge you to see if you really want it, and you got to stick to it. But if you can see this through, this can be a business venture that, it could change your life. It has changed my life. If I didn't explore or find wholesaling real estate, y'all, I don't know. I mean, because working a 9-to-5 was not an option to me. So And I don't want to go off on a tangent on that. I actually want to get into the sauce. So let's get into it, y'all. All right. So in 2024, if you're getting into real estate, you have literally no paper, you have no money. I recommend you go find real estate investors, aka cash buyers, that fix and flip properties, or they are a landlord. They fix and rent properties out. Start there. And how do you do that? Facebook groups, y'all. Go to Facebook groups. So literally, whatever city you live in, type in real estate invest in Baltimore, real estate invest in Atlanta, real estate invest in Huntsville, Alabama, wherever you are. Go to Facebook and find different Facebook groups of all these different type of real estate investment groups, y'all. Whatever city you live in, just type it in Facebook with real estate wholesaling, Alabama, real estate wholesaling, Tennessee, wherever you live at, y'all, and start there. And the reason I'm saying start there is because, look, this is the thing. When I think back to how I got started, this is exactly what I did, y'all. I found out where real estate investors was fixing and flipping properties at. That's what I found out. So find that out first. Find out the exact zip codes where these real estate investors are fixing and flipping properties and buying properties. You also can find this information out on Zillow or Redfin. If I go to Zillow right now or Redfin and I look at the newly renovated properties, I'm talking about when you look at the pictures of the properties, it's brand new countertops, floors, appliances, everything has been fully renovated. That's a fix and flipper. If I know that they are buying there, that's where I want to start this business at in your city, right? I like to start local. You don't have to do this local. You can do this nationwide, but it's just when you're more comfortable with the streets that you're starting this business in, it becomes it's a little bit easier, y'all, because the conversations will flow a lot easier when you know the neighborhoods and the blocks inside out. More so if you're going to somewhere you've never heard of ever or never been to. That's just my opinion, y'all. Everybody teach it different. But yeah, just find out where newly renovated houses are being flipped at. That's simple, y'all. And look at those zip codes. That's what I'm telling you to do. Look at those zip codes. Also, it's a website called affordablehousing.com. Affordablehousing.com, all one word. This website is where real estate investors come, they fix up properties, and they rent them out. Again, they fix them up, they renovate them, and they rent them out. On this website, again, in your city, you can see exactly what zip codes a lot of these real estate investors are doing business in. That's important to know. If I know where people are buying at, where the buying activity is at, that's where you're going to start at. You don't want to go in the middle of nowhere where nobody is buying properties, there's no economy, there's no buying activity. You want to go where the action is at. So how do we find that out? Again, you can just literally go to Redfin, you can go to Zillow or affordablehousing.com to see where people are buying and selling and flipping and renting out. That's where you want to be at. All right, look, next step. You want to go to Zillow and you want to filter for sale by owner. We're not dealing with real estate agents. You are brand new, you have no money. And the reason I don't want a brand new person dealing with a real estate agent or a realtor, they really not going to take you serious. They're not going to respect you. And you probably ain't going to know the language, the talk, and how to talk to these people. Therefore, I will avoid a real estate agent starting out. You can make money going through agents, as you get some more experience, which is why I said a mentor is very important. But again, I'm assuming you're going to try this on your own. So let's do it. Zillow for sale by owner. With those same zip codes that you just found all these buyers that's fixing and flipping and renting in, go to for sale by owner and type in those zip codes. And what it should bring up is a bunch of people that's selling properties for sale by owner. They are the ones trying to sell it themselves. And you're going to give them a call, y'all. You're going to give them a call. And we already know the numbers we need to be at when we talking to them, right? Because we just looked up and researched what the buyers already paying, what they flipping them for, all these different things. Again, I'm talking about we starting at rookie level, no money. We not really educated. We just trying to, for whatever the reason is, you trying to get to $1. And I'm just trying to get you there. Because it's a thing, and not to get us sidetracked. If I start breaking this stuff down right now, you're going to start overanalyzing and you're going to think it becomes too difficult. Sometimes, y'all, it's a blessing in being brand new. Because You don't know what you don't know, so you just doing shit. When we start off that way, like my first deal I've ever done, I did everything wrong, but I still made it to that closing table and cashed in that check. So, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a series on wholesaling real estate, and this first video is just gonna be kind of an overview, and I'm gonna get into the details of every aspect, okay? All right, so moving forward, like I said, for sale by owner, type in those zip codes, and when you go to for sale by owner, again, it's owners that's trying to sell the property themselves. And their phone number, their personal cell phone is going to be listed right there in the for sale by owner listing. Give them a call. I'm going to explain to you how the conversation should go. But this is probably the scariest part to most people. They don't want to pick up the phone, right? You can't make no money if you ain't picking up the phone making offers. Like, at the end of the day, you ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing to lose. You're already at the bottom. Let's go ahead, let's pick up the phone, let's make a move, y'all. A lot of y'all done did a lot more riskier things in life. I'm sure you have. So, pick up the phone, let's give them a call, and let me explain how this conversation should go. Before we jump into the conversation, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? I'm talking to the brand new person who probably doing this for the first time, or you're relatively new. It's 4 things you're gonna need. There's 4 pieces of information you're gonna need to make an informed decision and to kind of, see if it's a deal or not. Why do they want to sell? When do they want to sell? The condition of the property and the price that they want. However you want to go about asking that, of course, it's a certain script that I like to, start off with, helping people use. But you brand new. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Pick the phone up. Like, this could be a $10,000, $20,000 conversation. Pick the phone up and literally act like you're talking to a friend. Be yourself, be confident, be comfortable. You might be a little nervous. It is what it is. Just pick up the phone, y'all. And again, ring, ring, ring. How you doing? This is Mitt. Is Sam available? Yes, it's Sam. Hey, how you doing today? Like, again, we're talking regular. Like, we ain't, and they gonna say whatever they gonna say. Well, I was calling in regards to your property you got on Zillow for sale by owner. Is that property still available? You got any offers on it? So we got you looking to sell. Oh yeah, well, are you looking to sell like now, or what? Like, they gonna probably say something smart. Well, it's listed, ain't it? Like, they expect them being a little angry. That's the part people scared of. So these pictures that you got on here, are they recent pictures, or can you explain more the condition of the property? They're going rah. Let them talk. Let them talk. Is that price you got on Zillow, is that flexible? And then just cross-reference the price what the cash buyers are already paying for. You already know what they paying for because you already seen it on Zillow, on Redfin. And again, y'all, I'm gonna go into details. I'll make this a series. I'm gonna go into details on every single video, y'all. It's just for me to go, this would be like probably like an hour-long video for me to go into every detail. So the next video, I'm gonna go into like details of every aspect, the websites to go to. I'm gonna actually be inside the website showing you exactly what to do. The most important thing is you just picking up that phone. That's probably the scariest part for most people. But like I said, a lot of y'all work at call centers making $12 an hour. A lot of y'all talk all day on your phone for free, ain't making $1. You might as well, if you're gonna talk on the phone all day, you might as well talk and create some opportunities for yourself and make a couple $1,000s. Instead of making $12 an hour, let's go ahead and make $12,000 an hour. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. But let's move on to the next step. Before we move on to the next step, I want to talk about another way you can go out and go ahead and go find some properties, go find some deals. And you might have heard of this. They call it driving for dollars. Basically what that means is you driving around specific neighborhoods where properties look terrible, right? They look like they need some work done to them. Typically in the hood. Let's keep it all the way real. You're driving around in the hood, you seeing bandos, you seeing properties that look like they're not well taken care of, the grass hasn't been cut, the mailbox is full. Go to those neighborhoods and just write down the property addresses. That's all you need, the property addresses, y'all. That's it. Remember, we're doing this because we ain't got no money. Now, you might need a little bit of gas money, or shit, if you got a bicycle, go ride a bike or go walk. I don't know, you might live in that neighborhood. But I'm talking from a perspective of you have no paper. You starting from zero. So you gotta go find properties that look like they need some work done to them, period. Let's say that you went driving for dollars and you got a list of, let's say 20 properties that look like they need some work done to them. Go to truepeoplesearch.com. Now, I'm gonna put it out here. Remember, I'm only recommending truepeoplesearch.com because it's free. The phone numbers might not be super accurate all the time. Sometimes they are, right? But it's free. You got to shoot your shot. True People Search allows you to look up anybody's phone numbers, basically, based on the property address. Look at their phone numbers, give them a call, have that same conversation that we just discussed, y'all. We just trying to see if they're interested in selling. Remember, why they want to sell, why would they be interested in selling, when do they want to sell by, the condition of the property, and how much are they looking to get. And just to throw it out there, you kind of always want to get a price out of them first. Some of the people are going to say, well, what are you offering? What are you offering? Try your best to get a price out of them first. But again, I'm talking from a perspective as if you're brand new. So we're not going to talk about all the tricks and tips right now on this video. You brand new. It is what it is. So just get that information out of them. And again, we're going to cross-reference how much they want versus how much these real estate investors, aka cash buyers, have been paying, y'all. Remember, we got that information already. We know how much they paying because we already looked that up on all the different, on affordablehousing.com, on Zillow, on Redfin. We can see how much they pay and how much they sold it for after they renovated it, y'all. All right, y'all, so let's just pretend, fake example, that we, after doing research when it comes to finding the cash buyers and the real estate investors, that we see that cash buyers and real estate investors are paying $50,000 for properties before they renovate them. So they pay in the properties that's in bad condition for $50K. So we know how much the real estate investors or cash buyers are paying because we already done that research. Now let's say that when you was having a conversation with the seller that you found on Zillow for sale by owner, or when you went driving for dollars, that y'all came to an agreement and they want $40,000 for their property. The buyers are paying $50,000, they only want $40,000, which means what? You make the difference. So this is what happens, y'all. You will get the property under contract. You and the owner, you'll get the property under contract for $40,000, and you will assign your rights to that contract to the buyer for $50,000, which means you make $10K. So a lot of y'all might be wondering, well, how do I find the contract? You're starting from nothing. You have no money. ChatGPT. ChatGPT, if you're not familiar with it, it will do exactly what you tell it to do, and it's free. So you will go to ChatGPT, and this is exactly what you will write in ChatGPT because you want to make a contract for you. So you would say, can you make me a purchase agreement on the sale of a property on 123 Main Street between Mitt Smith and seller Sam Miller for the purchase price of $40,000. Make sure this contract is assignable. You have to put that in there, y'all. That's what allows you to go ahead and wholesale the property. On top of that, you want to say, please allow 30 days before closing occurs. And what else? I'm buying a property, right? I'm buying a property in as is condition, and any type of stipulations that y'all had between you and the seller, everything, like basically all terms that you and the seller have talked about, put that inside of ChatGPT, and it will spit out a contract for you, y'all. And that would be the purchase agreement. And then you will get ChatGPT to create you a second contract, which would be an assignment agreement. Again, you would say in ChatGPT, can you create me an assignment agreement between you, Mitt Smith, and buyer Roger Goodell for the purchase price of $50,000? And again, any stipulations I talked about, earnest money deposit, things that I don't want to get into too much detail because I'm going to go step by step, and I want to make sure I cover all bases without the video having to be an hour long. So again, just to answer kind of where the contracts come from, ChatGPT can create the contracts for you between you and the seller, you and the buyer. So the last step would be for you to take these two contracts, send it to the title company, email it to the title company, and by the way, you will be sending these contracts via DocuSign to the seller and to the buyer to sign, which is why I say you don't have to do this in the state that you live in. Wholesaling has become, in my opinion, a lot more easier to do because of all the new technology that come about, which we ain't even get into a lot of different website softwares that you can use to even expedite this process. DocuSign it to, the title company. And how do you find a title company? Go to Google and type in investor friendly title company in Tennessee, in Memphis, Tennessee, in Philadelphia. in Baltimore, Maryland, and wherever you live at. Investor-friendly title company. It's important that you put investor-friendly, not just any title company, but investor-friendly. You give them a phone call before you send them the contracts. You ask them, do you guys do wholesale deals? If they give you any type of confusion, they act like they never heard of it, hang up, call somebody else. Okay, and just keep calling all the title companies that pop up until you find one that do. By now, most title companies should do wholesale deals, but some of them still don't. And you just Google, literally, it's free. Everything we went over so far is free to do. After you send those contracts to the title company, you're going to wait a couple weeks, and then you're going to get an email that says, we're cleared to close. Do you want a wire or do you want a check? Which is the best email in the world. And don't get me wrong, right? In between that time, title company might, email you asking you for certain information from the buyer or from the seller. You just want to make sure you stay in control of the deal and make sure it's on pace to close, right? You are that person that's managing the deal. But remember, y'all, you ain't got no risk involved. You're not owning the property. You're just playing the middleman and making that quick $10,000, y'all. I don't like doing videos like this because it's missing small details. And I like to teach from a perspective of processes and systems instead of just, telling you to do, just anything, honestly, to just get a deal closed. So if you're interested in coaching, look at the links below. Let's have a conversation. Let's just see where you at, what you can work with. Because I got different programs for different people depending on where you start at. But again, I'm gonna start a series. Basically, everything we talked about today, I'm really gonna go into detail. Because again, I don't want the video to be too long. I'm not sure if this video was helpful or not, but hopefully it was. And again, man, be on the lookout in the upcoming weeks for, more so step-by-step into super greater detail on how to wholesale properties with $0 out of pocket. Again, hope you like this video, man. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one. Let's get it.